think I hear him calling, I won't press decline. He broke my heart in California, pieces of me I'll never find. Got me smoking more than marijuana, what's left of me confined. I died and cried so many times, I'm feeling more alive.
And I push, I push Asian culture into what I do because it's what I am. I can't really even hide it. So I embrace it.
Do you surprise yourself?
I do.
Do you, when you say certain things in your music?
I wrote something the other day and I was like,
damn.
I was like, who that?
Is she like, I can't even put this out.
I was like, I can't. I was like, yo, I'm afraid like I'm gonna like sing it like at a venue or something, something unreleased, and then they're gonna be like, oh shit, I'm gonna take that, and then like I put it on, I'm gonna look like a copy because I don't even want to like perform that song. Fucking lyrics are so, to me, it's so like deep, and that's also the same thing. Like to somebody else, they might be like, oh, this is like good, this is, and they might think something I did before was great, but I just know like the process of my writing, and I know if it's more developed, I know. So if I'm proud of it, it's all that really matters. Like I wrote a song a while ago, and it was like I felt very young because I wrote it when I was like 14, and I just like put it on the track that somebody sent me. So the next song I wrote, I like California a lot, but I've heard like my friend telling me, oh, I liked the first song a lot better. It's just an opinion. Art is, you know, subjective. Yeah.
So, what would you? I've seen work from you. I've seen California is probably the only one I think I've seen on Spotify. How often are you working and been putting out music? Are you holding back a little bit?
For a while I was like, I released a song in 2016. It was called "Why Do We Fall in Love." It's actually on YouTube still.
I've seen the video.
Yeah, it's like a very like a Haitian style song. I did that, and I think I didn't do a lot of the things that it takes behind the scenes. Also, like, because at the end of the day, it's a music business, and you have to like, you have to put active work into your art for it to be seen and digested and all that stuff. So I just think I put that out in 2016, and then I took like a break, and then I did California in 2018. I'm coming out with this new record, Crazy. Next month, and then I pretty much want to tie it together like as an EP.
Okay.
So you're the first person I'm telling this, but I'm releasing an EP very soon, and it's like it's a story line. Right. It's a storyline. So
it's a book.
Yeah, California is like a chapter from the same story. It's about pretty much actually the relationship that I was in from 2016 2018, where I wasn't releasing anything, and I pretty much took all those experiences. As I said, I let my experiences shape me to write like this EP that I'm working on, and I'm actually working with like a few like local artists. I'm working with this guitarist called Dante in Miami for this new record. Is gonna be next. So my plan is to do like 3 singles. It's gonna be Crazy is gonna be one. The record that I'm working on with Dante in Miami is gonna be the 3rd one, and then like bring the story together in like kind of like an EP or album format, because I've been like really inspired lately. So I don't know, it might be enough to like really. Okay,
and that's something coming out.
That's something coming out. It's coming out pretty soon. I want to do it. I'm releasing out Crazy in August. So I'm going to follow up with the 3rd song. Right. And I don't want to say a date because I'm very like picky about my work. So
anything could come up.
Anything could like, I could like be like, oh, I want to release it like next month, or I could be like, oh, I want to do this different, or I could be like, I want to start all over again. I do that. So, but I'm learning like done is better than perfect, so I'm better than just like nitpicking stuff.
It's a lesson better learned early.
Yeah, I agree, and it's a lesson that I'm learning as time goes on. As I said before, I've learned that done is better than perfect, because I try to be like California. I remember like right before I released it, I rushed into the studio. I was like, I don't like it. Yeah, I was like, I don't know. And like I literally made, like, I was working with Dean from Bunker Road, and he's phenomenal. I work with him all the time, And I went to his house like last minute. He had a home studio at the time. Like he moves around, but he had a home studio at the time. And then he was like, I was like, we have to fix this.
Yeah.
And then like we spent, you know, the part where it goes like the telephone effect where I'm like, can you just say the right things? Can you just pretend? Like I was like, maybe I should whisper it. I don't know.
You recorded that specific
that
part of
specific part. I was like, I don't like it.
That's very.
That's what I mean. Like I'm learning to like it's a controlling
thing.
Thing.
That's a good thing.
I know but I have to let go.
To an extent, yeah. To an extent.
To an extent, it's not good to spend hours on a.
You probably you probably listened to that song 100 times until that last time you were supposed to release
I was
it,
like,
and you were like.
That's what I did with Crazy. Actually, Crazy. I worked with a whole different team. I worked with Sapphire Studios in Boca. They're previously known as Machine Studios. They're called Sapphire Records in Boca now. And it was a new team I was working with, and they were telling me, "Oh, this is amazing. This is great." And I'm like, I don't know if I can trust them. Like, they're lying. Yeah. Especially because they do rock. And that's not the kind of songs I make. So I'm like, and usually like, and that was the first song, Crazy is the first song I did where I didn't bring a lot of people into the studio with me to get their opinion. I just was like, you know what? I think this is a good song. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna put it out there. And I did a lot of the background work. The only person I played it for is the person who like made the beat. And then I was like, and then she was like, it's great. And then my and then everybody, you know, the 3 people that know, the 2 guys in the studio and the person that made the beat that knows, like, yeah, it's good. And I have to just like trust that I think it's good, and that, you know, the person that, you know, was involved in making it think it's good. And I don't have to get like everybody's like feedback, even though I did like a whole going around Chicago.
But are you ever regretful after the fact, after you've released an album?
This is my first time doing this without getting California I'm in love with. I think it's a great body of work. I put a lot of effort into it. I got a lot of opinions before taking it out. It doesn't matter like if it reaches like 1,000 people or like 40 people. Right. I'm proud of that body of work.
It did very well in numbers.
I'm proud.
It did well.
It did good. It did, and I see the growth also. And I'm like, so better is what I'm after. Like when I heard the song, I was like, you know what, the rhythm and the flow of the song sounds more mature. It sounds better, like more comfortable is what I want to say. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So in your personal life, how are you dealing with balance with music and obviously you as a nurse, and then you just the whole makeup of your life and music as it comes? And I know you're very passionate about music, so how are you balancing all that?
It's a balance. It's a constant work in order. You know what I mean? Because as a nurse, my schedule fluctuates a lot. I don't know what I'm going to be working next month. I don't know. Like, it's just like I could be working like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or I could be working Saturday, Sunday. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, my work fluctuates, so it's hard for me to be like, oh yeah, I'll work these certain amount of days, and I'm going to be like available these certain amount of days. So it's really, so I try.
Which makes it more interesting.
It does, because then you have to like make it work, make it pop. Right? So like even now for my single release on August 9th, I'm working, and I'm working.
Like, are you gonna release it from the hospital?
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't. Time the night's still young is what I like to say. I'm gonna make it happen because I do want to focus on it. I want to give this song. That's why I reached out to you guys, because I respect your platform, and I was like, you know, I want this. You know, I want different people to see this. You know, I think, you know, you bring an audience that I like. So I was like, you know what? Tell you about this song.
And we're forever grateful. I know it's going to do well, especially because, you know, California did well. And I'm sure some people just want to hear more. I think that's the positive in that you haven't released anything in a while. I think it builds a lot of anticipation as well.
It does.
And that gap between 2016 and 2018, when you weren't releasing anything, how do you feel like you've grown?
Taking risk. I went from, not releasing anything, and also like, just like taking control of my art also is another thing, versus like when I released that first original song that I went to studios and I released in 2016. It was just like, my friend was just starting out with doing records, and she heard me do a cover with the girl she had worked with before, and she was like, oh, bring me in. So we did something together. Her name is, she goes by D on the Beats, but her name's Darlene. And we worked. She was like, she really believed in it. Like, so we pushed out. We recorded Daddy Lessons professionally, and then we did Why Do We Fall in Love is the other. A butterfly. Why Do We Fall in Love is the other record. And then like I gotta say, personally, I didn't take a lot of responsibility behind the scenes for the song. And you can't be mad at anybody. If it's your dream, you gotta fight for your dream.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I've learned. And I've been traveling a lot. I've been traveling alone.
I was actually about to ask. Yeah, I mean, I seen you were you did a little. It was pretty much a little public interview.
Yeah,
I don't know how many people you dealt. Where were you when you did that?
I was in 2 different cities. I was in Milwaukee, and I was also in Chicago.
Okay.
So I was gonna be up there. I went to Chicago for one day, and then we went to like the popular side, Millennium Park. And then I just like asked just random people. Like I got like some no's, and then I was like, my friend's putting out a song, and we just want to surprise her and get people's opinions. And then she was like, so it's not your song? I was like, my song? Can you just do this? And then she did it. Like the 2 girls on the grass, they did it. And then I asked like this couple further along, we just asked a few people. And I also got to go to the Rico Love Music Conference in Milwaukee that was happening at the time. And I actually got like sponsored to go for free there. And I think Rico Love is an amazing artist. He's worked with top people in the industry. He's phenomenal, and he broke down like his routine, so I learned a lot from him. I also went last year as well, so it was just like a good merge together. So, and then I asked a few people from the conference about what they thought about the song, and I only played like 15 seconds, but they were really into it. And I told them, don't lie to me. If I gotta stick to my day job, just tell me. I mean, I'm a nurse after all. I'll be okay.